It's time that we get down to business. It's time that we reveal the source of the sickness that is decaying and eating away at this world. The Black Sun is an energy, an idea, a concept, a force that can never be fully destroyed. It, in fact, has to exist because it keeps everything else in balance. While we think of our golden sun, which brings us life, which without it no crops could grow, all life on earth would disappear. The black sun is its reverse, but it is an invisible sun, and it is an invisible power that is the source of decay, the source of putrefaction, and the source of breaking down, which is important, but everything in balance, in check. The monster behind the mask can go by so many names that it's silly to try and list them all, but to call it the devil is to really downplay its significance and just how horrible it really is. A lot of people have correctly linked the Black Sun Society as a major force behind the Nazi movement, and they would be correct. But the Black Sun is so much older than just the Nazis and even just the Germanic alchemy, that the symbol that we currently understand as the swastika, or the Nazi swastika, which is a symbol of the Black Sun, which is the true swastika reversed. It goes to an older time where the life and the races who would live upon this earth was contested. What the current manifestation of the Black Sun is doing is they are tapping into the force of oblivion, the force of entropy, which means that what they are harnessing is the power to destroy. In old alchemy, there was the idea that lead, or the base human existence, would fall away and would decay and dissipate and reveal the spirit, which is true. You die and your spirit is released. They believed that the spirit was gold, that to release physical matter was to cut away dead weight. And they're right. But they've taken it to an extreme that is truly horrible. It's all based on Kabbalic symbolism. The Kabbalah and its underverse current, the Qlipothic. At the highest level of the Kabbalah, in a place called the planetary realm of Uranus, or Kether, where all possibility, where the prime creator is, where everything, anything, and all things exist simultaneously. The highest, most sacred symbol of the human race is the swastika. Now immediately you think the Nazis, and there's a reason for that. The swastika is the whirling force of the four elements of fire, water, earth, and air, and they're whirling outwards. Kether is the outpouring idea, the potential for greatness. And it is literally shooting all needed energies in a limitless outpouring to all those who would connect with it. It is a life giver. Life-giving. It is strongest when more people awaken to the realization of their own divinity. Like little lights in a sea of darkness. The more lights, the more people who become aware, the stronger and brighter the light is. Malkuth in Kabbalic symbolism, where we live, is sometimes called the black sphere or the dark sphere. And it's not in any way considered evil. It is the macrocosm of Kether, where Kether is bright, brilliant, and splendid. The colors of Malkuth are dull, haven't really yet been shown. So we need as much people as we can upon the physical plane to realize their full potential and bring the light of Kether to the physical realm of the kingdom of Malkuth. And the more people who become aware of their divine nature, they become kings and queens of their own realities here upon the earth. That is the kingdom of heaven built with hands of flesh. This is the high level stuff that Christianity and all other religions have been manipulated to take you away from, to confuse you, to make you feel lowly and pathetic, and so therefore you can't do this. The symbol of Malkuth is an equal-armed cross. So it's a cross in the middle of a circle. It's very similar-ish looking to the life-giving swastika, but things are stable here, or they have the appearance of not moving. The great whirling is above us, spilling out energy for us to collect here on the equal-armed cross. So moving energy becomes form here on the physical world. That is what my understanding and teaching and practice of high-level Kabbalic Hermetic magic is all about. Even my own German occultism preaches the same thing, talks about the whirling energy force that's for all people to have. Sometimes viewed as the sun, but it's deeper than just the sun. So, let's talk about the Black Sun. The Black Sun is part of the Qlipothic Luciferian. So, where on Kether, energy flows out to the universe. On Malkuth, it becomes static. Force is given form. Okay? The flip side, this is where the real extermination plot comes in. Because while the more people who become aware of their divinity with Kether and the rays of that light get stronger on the Luciferian Qlipothic current, the less people who tap into that current, the stronger it gets. So with the good, the bright, the righteous, the whirling force of Kether and the Kabbalah, the more people. On the Qlip, the less people. So the Qlip also has its own version of the swastika the Nazis used. That was not an outpouring of energy. That was like a drain, a spiral of stealing and devouring energy. In fact, if you look at the middle of what truly is the Black Sun Cabal. It looks like a mouth with teeth. It looks like a thing they threw Boba Fett in the desert. I forget what that thing's called. But, you know, honestly, and there's some even darker symbolism that I'm not about to go into right now about this and what it really looks like and truly kind of what it is. But this dark sun sucks the life force from everything. Sucking the life force from it and giving it only to those who are following the Luciferian current. The Qlipothecan Luciferian current is the religion of oligarchy. It is the religion of those crazy, fuck-nutted kings and queens, all inbred assholes who sat in their towers, in their ramparts, in their castles, on their thrones, delusioned and crazed with power, and their thoughts twisted and corrupted in their dark little chambers as they sat there alone in the darkness. The scaly hand reached out for them and led them down a dark and horrid path. They were taught the other mystery. Their form of illumination is that the Qlipothecan Luciferian rays are strongest only when there are fewer and fewer. And the one who is left, the one who climbs to the very top of their pyramid, gets the full focused laser ray. Do you see? The one. Their belief is that there's a chosen one. Like the Bible says there's a chosen one. We are all chosen. Do you see where the Bible has been corrupted? The chosen. Who's to say who that is? Except for the one willing to do the darkest deeds to get it. Because to own an entire world of people, you must do some horrible things. So that energy, that black sun, sucks energy away. Eats it, devours it, and bestows it upon whoever wants it. But the more people who want it, the less strength, the less power there is in it, until there's only one. Because there's a reflection of macrocosm and microcosm. If there is but one king upon the earth, they are a direct reflection of the one power above them. That's the Luciferian current. So that's why people say, well, they want a one world government. They want a one world king who would be then the reflection of the soul force of the Luciferian current. Interesting. That's not good, people. That's not good at all.
After this, there will be only one.
There can be only one.
There can be only one.
It began with the forging of the great rings. 3 were given to the elves, immortal, wisest, and fairest of all beings. 7 to the dwarf lords, great miners and craftsmen of the mountain halls. And 9 rings were gifted to the race of men, who above all else desire power. For within these rings was bound the strength and will to govern each race. But they were all of them deceived, for another ring was made. In the land of Mordor, in the fires of Mount Doom, the Dark Lord Sauron forged in secret a master ring to control all others. And into this ring he poured his cruelty, his malice, and his will to dominate all life. One ring to rule them all.
Where the Kabbalah and the Kether and the life-giving swastika says we're all kings and queens, the Qlipothian says no. Only one. He will rule you all. Ah, that sounds familiar. One ring to rule them all. That's from German occultism. All right? Tolkien stole that. The dark sun. A devouring, sucking life, putrefying force